And then when you have some housewives who just like, okay, I just want to look pretty every day, just throw anything at me. They're more adventurous.
Yeah.
If it hurts, yeah, you take
It
it
hurts.
in.
Same thing with our patients. Beauty is pain.
Yeah.
Sometimes some procedures are not painless.
When she walks into the room, you see her. You don't say, "Oh, I like that jacket she's wearing," or "What is she wearing?" No, you should say, "I'm like, who's that woman that just walked in?"
Welcome to Beauty Beyond Skin, where we dive into the world of beauty secrets, skincare innovations, lifestyle, and aesthetic treatment. I am your host, Abby Bakari, CEO and founder of Flawless Aesthetic Center. Each episode would explore latest trends, share expert insights, and bring you inspiring stories from industry leaders and influencers. Whether you're a beauty enthusiast or looking to elevate your self care routine, this podcast is your go to source for everything beauty and aesthetics. Hi, guys. Thank you for joining us again on another episode of Beauty Beyond Skin. And as we all know, beauty just spans beyond skin, basically. So we're going to be talking about fashion today. How does the world of fashion and aesthetics work? So I have with me a beautiful person who has become a dear friend. We met in the summer, and that's because I ran into a fashion emergency and he came to my rescue. And this is no other person but Kevin. So, Kevin, thank you so much for joining us today
You're
and
welcome.
coming to my rescue, of course, and for being a guest. So, just tell us about yourself, Kevin.
Okay. My name is Kelvin. Um, Not too much. Won a couple of caps in my short life. Um, I work as a stylist, fashion designer, done a bit of politics, which I'm not so proud of. But yeah, so yeah, that's just me.
Right.
Love fashion, love all things beautiful, really. So anything that gets my creative juice pumping, I'm up for it.
I can see that because I remember when I met you,
Yeah.
it was my daughter's birthday,
Yeah.
and I called a friend of mine, Buki, and I'm like, I need someone, I need outfit, I need something to wear. I don't have anything to wear. I'm here in Nigeria, and I'm literally out of outfits. And she introduced me to you, and we clicked.
Yeah.
You do I love the fact that you actually took the time to really understand my sense of style, to understand what my needs were, which is very similar to aesthetics.
Yeah.
So when we see clients here, we just can't say, okay, this is going to work for you.
Yeah.
We have to really understand their lifestyle, understand what they like, understand basically what their concerns are, and then we channel all our treatments towards that. So I can imagine for you being in the world of fashion, which of course you dressed me up today, and then that's why I look gorgeous.
Thank you.
So just tell me, how does that really, when it comes to fashion in the Nigerian space, how has it evolved over time?
Okay, Nigerian fashion has evolved because back in the day we had situations where Nigerians would not go near Nigerian fashion brands. And in the last 20, 25 years, we've seen a shift from that. I know maybe in the shoes and bag sections, we've not really had much
Tap
improvement,
into
but
that much.
when it comes to clothes, it's been a heavy change. People have switched from the Gucci and the Louis Vuitton and Valentinos and are wearing more of Lisa Fulario, Laura de Silva, and Tiffany Amber, just to mention a few. So it's changed. The fashion industry in Nigeria has changed. The way we perceive ourselves has changed. Like now, Adire is big. Now
Yes.
everybody wants to wear Adire. It wasn't like before where you wanted to be seen in a Louis Vuitton print or a Versace print. Everybody wants to be seen in that area, and the more creative your area is, the more you're proud of it. So the fashion landscape has changed drastically in the last 25 years, and even the taste of the Nigerian clientele has changed fashion wise. Even in your field, the
You
taste has
It's
changed.
changed. I would be like, no, 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 I don't want to try this.
Yeah.
I'm scared to try this. But just this, it's funny because talking about fashion and aesthetics, it's pretty much the same thing.
Yes.
The goal is the same, which is to ensure that your clients, in
Mm.
terms of fashion,
Mm.
your goal is to make them look and feel
No,
their best,
best. Yeah.
right? In aesthetics, the same
Mm,
thing.
same thing.
Our goal is to ensure all our clients look and feel their best. So I'm not really, um, I am familiar with fashion,
Mm.
but of course, I'm not a stylist.
Mhm.
So I really want to know more about fashion. what does fashion mean to you? So when you have a lady, like when you had to dress me up, for instance, what came to your mind? What were you thinking?
Okay, when I meet a client or someone who wants me to style them for the first time, I always like to just have a quick conversation. And it doesn't have to be anything about fashion. I just want to get a sense of who they are.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's someone I can't really force it out of, I just try as much to get a conversation going. And then it does tell me what kind of person. So I can actually, oh, do you like roses or orchids? And immediately I can almost tell the
You
kind of
can
person
tell.
you are.
Yeah.
And I just put all that information together and say, okay, this is a girly girl, or this is a slight tomboy, or it's a mix of both. I can just pick out your personality quickly, and then looking at you, I can now say, okay, this is what angle I think you're looking
Mm-hmm.
at, and then I can now say, okay, what function do you want this looks to have? Do you want to work? Are you trying to create an impression? Is it for a photo shoot? Just whatever it is, I always try as much as possible to get those information out. And once you have this information, it's usually seamless.
Yes.
You can get the client is always satisfied with
So
whatever you do.
let's talk about me now.
Yeah.
So when you look at me, or I guess the first time you met me, what did you think my sense of fashion was?
At first glance, I was like, okay, she might be very, very simple, which is not a
Is
thing.
that a bad thing?
No, it's not like it's a bad thing, but stylists and designers don't like the word simple. It's a good thing. Some people just want comfort, and yeah,
Sophisticated, classy,
yeah.
right?
But um, on close look, I was like, okay, this is the person who likes more subtle detail and craftsmanship than loud and
Mm,
volume. So it was that was one thing I easily and quickly picked up
yeah.
that okay, she doesn't want all that. I don't want to
Extras,
say
the
yeah, the
extras.
typical Nigerian style, which is usually loud. It works for us, but it's usually very loud. We want to be the loudest person in the room. We want to get the
Ha, tell me
attention.
about it.
Yeah, so it's usually the same, but yours was a bit different from that.
So was that very challenging for you?
Yeah, sometimes it can be challenging, especially when you've done a lot of how I call it, clients who want to be seen,
Mm-hmm.
overly seen. I'm not just say seen. Everybody wants to be seen, but some people want to be overly seen. So you have that's going on for a long time. Then coming back to see someone who just wants clean. Let me use your brand name, flawless look.
Of course, flawless. That's the brand.
You tend to be like, okay, you now have to go back to your books and say, okay, what's it, and then get yourself into that
Mm-hmm.
mental space where you, okay, you know what, it's simple, it's clean, nothing too busy, nothing outrageous, and then once you put yourself back in that frame of mind, it's easy
Okay.
breezy from there.
Which is what I love about your work because it's the art. When we sat down and you had to do some sketches, and I was like, wow, he gets it. You get the message, you
Mm,
get the assignment.
mm,
Just seeing you now bring this to life.
mm,
And it got me thinking, fashion, aesthetics.
mm.
Two different
You
worlds,
know,
though
they
they
do,
complement each other
yeah,
really, really well.
yeah,
Because when you're styling, you're looking at everything from head to toe.
you know,
The hairstyle, the
the,
makeup, the outfit, the shoes,
the
the bag, the
body,
jewelry, the body, everything has to matter because not everybody has the body for certain
the
things.
certain things.
And that is why we tell some clients really, again, what is your goal? What are you trying to achieve,
Mm,
right? And we have clients that come in here, or make me look like Kim Kardashian. But do you have the facial features
mm,
to look like Kim
mm,
Kardashian?
fashion,
Just like fashion.
mm,
Dress me up like XYZ.
mm,
Do you have the body type
time
to fit
to fit the clothes.
the clothes?
Mm.
So it's so funny because both worlds just are very, very, very
Very similar.
similar.
It's almost like you do the body, we do the outer shell.
Pretty
So
much.
you
Yep.
you when you look at some clients and they start demanding, I had this one time,
So
sorry.
let's not to cut you off really, Kevin,
Yeah,
because I know you work with a lot of clients.
yeah.
And I really want to know, about what is your typical Nigerian client about? Like, I'm curious. I just want to know.
So the typical Nigerian, like it depends. So if you're dealing with someone from the, let me give you an example, political space, you'll probably have someone who wants to be extremely watered down that is almost offensive. And but they just want little hints of details of
Mm-hmm.
wealth. So the clothes might be very basic, but the shoes, the bag, and the
The
jewelry
jewelry.
is always on point. You could have someone start with styling or dressing someone from the banking sector. It's usually very smart, body fitting, and easy to move in. So it all depends on what sector or what work of life the
Mm-hmm.
person is coming from. And then when you have some housewives who just like, okay, I just want to look pretty every day, just they are more just throw anything at me. They're more adventurous. So don't really have anywhere
That's good to know.
let me not say they don't have anywhere they're going to, but they're not so busy. They have time to be
Right.
adventurous, make mistakes. Okay, I'm not sure this works for
Play around
me.
a bit.
I didn't get the kind of reception I thought I would get after wearing this.
Mm-hmm.
So you do have all that. Then you have the actresses who just go wild. You could literally put a rice sack on any of them and they would wear it. But I try to avoid actresses. I try to avoid.
Why?
Um, it's showbiz, and showbiz clothes is different from everyday realistic
Oh.
life
Mm-hmm.
clothes. So it's clothes that you would probably wear once. It's too loud. It's even when it comes to evening wear and red carpet, I'm very, very subtle. It's more like Oscar de la Renta would say. His dresses, you see the women, you don't see the dress.
Yeah.
And for me, that has always been key. I want to dress a woman, and when she walks into the room, you see her. You don't say, "Oh, I like that jacket she's wearing," or "What is she wearing?" No, you should say, "I'm like, who's that woman that just walked in?" Regardless of who she's wearing, what
What
she's
she's
wearing, because
wearing.
everything should complement. And I think it's
You
the
wear
same.
the dress,
Yeah,
right?
I
There's a
think it's the
saying.
same way with your field, where everything you do should complement both your personality and the body
It
you
has
have.
to.
Yeah. So
It has to.
you can't be asking for a size 18 hips when you know you're of a certain height, and
Right.
bigger bust when you know you're a certain height. Because even we look at these things too in fashion, you're like, okay, your proportions are quite
Mm-hmm.
different. You need to
Everything has to be done. Your
in,
your features.
yes, you need to work with what
Mm-hmm.
you have. You can't ask for something that your body can
Some
accommodate.
people do that and then they look
It's
crazy.
crazy,
They
yeah.
look really crazy. So that's why when we meet a client, like for us now, we meet clients. The first thing is we want to get to know you. And that's the reason why we have the consultation process. We want to get to know you. We want to really understand what is your goal? What are you trying to achieve?
True.
And then we have to now have a conversation. Is this even achievable?
Mm.
And if it is, this is the timeline, right?
Mhm.
And this is what it's going to take to give you that result.
So,
You know, again, it's all about going back to one thing, which same thing for fashion.
so,
You want your client to feel
so,
beautiful,
so confident.
very confident.
Yeah, I think confidence is it's always key for me. Like a woman should always walk into a room extremely
You have
confident.
to be. You have
Heads
to be
up.
confident. You have
Yeah.
to.
That's why I don't like flats.
Like flat shoes.
Flat shoes. I don't
Really?
like flat shoes on a woman.
Hmm.
I feel it kills the confidence level. From except you're
Well,
in
can you wear
sneakers.
heels all day?
No, except you're not every day, but if you're going out
Mm-hmm.
or you're going to be seen, I'm not saying it's bad to wear flats, but it just there's something heels just does to a woman's body and physique
Oh,
when she
true.
wears
True.
heels that you just have to wear it really
Even if it hurts. Those
sometimes.
heels are not always easy.
Like we would have put you in Louboutins, but I was like, it's very uncomfortable. Those are the most uncomfortable shoes on the planet. But yeah, heels sometimes, like my friends would say, you can bleed for fashion once in a while.
You can be what?
Bleed for fashion
Well,
once
you
in a
can
while.
bleed, yeah.
If it hurts, yeah, you take
It
it
hurts.
in.
Same thing with our patients. Beauty is pain.
Yeah.
Sometimes some procedures are not painless.
Mm.
We try to make them as painless as possible. But then no pain, no gain.
Mm.
I guess the same goes for fashion. So I
Yeah.
guess we speak the same language then.
Yeah,
Right.
true. Yeah, I think.
This is actually
Yeah, I
fun.
think. Yeah, it does. Speaking about it, we can
Beauty,
see.
fashion, because even in the like you do fashion week a lot,
Yeah.
the models,
Yeah.
they come out looking gorgeous, of
Yeah.
course, right?
Yeah.
But one thing I've noticed is that their skin is always on point.
Yes, your skin has to be on point. Your size has to be For models, it's quite complicated because your skin, your height, your your body shape. So most people just think, oh, because I'm skinny, I can be a
No,
model. No.
no.
And then your shoulders. For literally every model, once you lose your shoulders and you don't have the right shoulders, you can't be a model because you need the shoulders to carry the clothes,
The clothes and the confidence
the confidence. So for models, yes, even aesthetically wise, you need certain things.
has to be there.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess that is fun. I
Yeah.
love that. Well, guys, so we've seen that when it comes to aesthetics and fashion, both worlds meet. We work on the skin. We work on, of course, from sexual health to the injectables. We try to make sure that, appearance wise, you look great, but then you also have to wear great clothes. You have to look good, right?
Mhm.
So great skin, great
Great.
fashion. It's a win-win.
It's a win-win.
It's a win-win.
But I want to also ask for men's procedures.
Okay.
Um, I've been curious about it.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do men get, or what treatments, or what options are available to men, especially Nigerian men? We're not venturous yet, but we do want to look good. When I came in yesterday, I did ask a few questions
Mm-hmm.
on what procedures men can
Yeah.
get in terms of aesthetics outside and just how you look and how you present
Mm-hmm.
yourself. So, what would you say is you would advise for men in their 30s, 40s that really want to just say, okay, I'm just exploring what
Yeah.
options are available
Yeah.
to me?
So when it comes to men, we just actually we have a podcast, we have an episode on men as well. But aesthetics, male aesthetics in Nigeria has grown a lot. So a guy can typically come in and do anything,
Oh, wow.
like literally anything, from facials to lasers to chemical pills to Botox. We call it Brotox. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Injectables, Morpheus. So we literally, since last year, we've had this huge surge with actually male client. So men now are becoming very aware of aesthetics and beginning to take care of themselves more. They look in the mirror, they want to look good. The first time I saw the general in here, and I was like, my God, this is weird. It's not my typical ideal client. And it was like, okay, did you come to the wrong place? Because I'm not used to seeing that in Nigeria, right?
Yeah.
In the US, it's very popular. It's common.
Yeah.
Even makeup, men put on makeup. I believe here in the entertainment industry,
Yeah.
even sometimes CEOs, when you have to go on camera, you
Camera,
have to
put
put
on.
on makeup. So you see that a lot outside the country, but in Nigeria, you don't tend to see it a lot.
No.
So, but now we're beginning to see this more. And that's because men have finally figured out that looking good
It's good business.
is good business. Feeling good
Good
gives you that confidence.
confidence.
So it's almost of yes, the women, when I put on a scale, the percentage of women who are into aesthetics is still way higher than men, but you can actually see the men coming up. So every treatment we have here really a guy can do it. The only thing is when it comes to the sexual health and awareness, of course, we have to treat the men differently from the women.
Yeah.
But every other thing from the Morpheus injectables, the facials, lasers,
Because I know
the hair loss, a lot of men are dealing with hair
the
losses,
loss.
right?
Yes.
Again, when you
Now.
start balding, you're growing on your balding. We
Yeah.
do that as well. So really, there's really no treatment that will say unlimited where a man can do it. No. Men do everything. And they're actually, if you get a guy to do this treatment, they're actually the best clients.
Yeah. I feel because men are getting more concerned about appearances. Men are now
It's
becoming,
big.
even in fashion, men are becoming more adventurous.
Yes.
Years ago, you wouldn't see a man wearing brands like Loewe,
Oh, no, but
and
now
it's
they
the,
are.
but now we see them, they're wearing Yoji Yamamoto, they're wearing Isimiyaki, and which years ago they wouldn't do because it was a bit too flamboyant for them.
Everybody
And
wants to look
now they're
good.
doing it, men are taking better care of the skin.
Yep.
I was just really curious, like, okay, so what procedures now are open to men? But I think that's a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
A lot. That's a
The
lot.
end goal is that men are beginning to realize that we can actually slow down the aging process. They are now aware that, you know what, looking good is good business.
Yeah.
So they are really making that investment in themselves to really look good. So we give them a treatment plan and they actually follow through with it.
Oh wow.
You would think with their busy schedules, they do make
I
time.
thought men had commitment issues.
No, they do. Like when well, maybe commitment issues in general in relationships, but when it comes to their self care,
Yeah.
they take it very serious.
Oh
It's
my
serious
goodness.
business for them. And so we do cater to men and we ensure that, we walk them through the process because it's new and sometimes they're not very open about it. But once they understand and they feel like you're on the same page with them, you get what they're trying to achieve.
Mhm.
It's game over. So we love that. And I'm actually, really excited when I have male patients because it's something that we see now. It's new, but being in this for so long, it takes a while for me to know, oh, okay, because I'm used to seeing women all the time.
Mm.
But seeing a lot of men come in now, that's actually
That's actually
that's great.
that's great.
Especially in the Nigerian market.
Yeah,
That's great.
because sometimes some Nigerian men can. Even myself, I'm guilty of that. I kind of let myself go for sometimes, and then maybe mid-year, I'm like, okay, the holidays of summer is coming. Let
Yeah,
me
we
get
don't wait
myself
for
back
the
in shape.
summers. We do it. It has to
To
be a
be
lifestyle.
okay.
Fashion is a lifestyle. Skincare,
Care too should be.
aesthetics are all lifestyles.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it.
Oh, great. Great.
So Kevin, if you had to leave something, a word of wisdom, right? Again, fashion, aesthetics, looking good, feeling good, what would be that nugget?
I always tell anyone, whether male or female, figure out what you want to achieve when you say you want to dress up in the morning, how you want to feel, and also you need to put into consideration how you want people to feel about you. Because most people try to say, oh, they don't care or they don't think they are not dressing for anyone, but people are going to see you. So those are two factors you need to put into play: how I want to feel and how I want people to feel about me, and try and find a middle ground. We're not saying sacrifice one for the other, but find a middle ground between those two things, and trust me, you would feel amazing about yourself because
Yeah.
you are getting people to respond to you nicely, and you still feel good about
About yourself.
yourself.
That's a nice one. I always learn something new every day.
Real.
Thank you, Kevin,
You're
for joining
welcome.
me
It's a
today.
pleasure, all mine.
And thank you for giving us some insights about fashion and how it relates to the world of aesthetics.
Yes,
And I hope to have you on again sometime soon
I hope
and
so
talk
too.
more about, probably we'll have more gossips then.
I hope so.
A lot of gossip. All right. Thank you guys again for joining us today. And I'll see you soon. Thank you for joining us on today's episode of Beauty Beyond Skin. I hope you found our conversation insightful and inspiring. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review if you enjoyed the show. Stay connected with us on social media for beauty tips, expert advice, and exclusive content. Until next time, remember, stay flawless and fearless.